All right, guys, welcome to our new Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I am Enemy Drag, and with me I have King Guest and Dreams and Ragnar, and we are here to discuss pretty much everything Yu-Gi-Oh related. And I will let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
What's up, guys? I'm Dreams, otherwise known as That Asshole Canadian. Few things about me. I go to locals occasionally. I'm semi-competitive. I really like to fuck around with people. And I collect Karibos, so, because they're awesome. Deal with it. Pass it along to Ragnar.
Hi, I'm Ragnar. I'm the aforementioned leader of the Gishki cult. We have cookies, so you should join us. Mainly, I'm currently in school for chemistry. For any facts about myself, I'm also the brother of Kane, who's taking over now.
Hi guys, this is Kane Geist here, aka Joshi Balboa, aka Sock'em Bopper Supreme, aka the best damn boxer player our Yu-Gi-Oh has ever seen. Welcome to the YuGiCast, and guys, let's kick it off with some discussion about whatever. I don't care right now.
Let's kick it off with a quick introduction. So today we're going to play a little game. Every time Kane's daughter enters the room, we're going to say a not safe for work fact. So for example, to kick it off, did you guys know that in captivity, female koalas are nearly 3 times more likely to engage in lesbian sex than heterosexual sex with other koalas?
Today I
Thank you.
learned.
Today we learned.
Today we learned.
Those kinky bitches.
Alright, so welcome to the podcast once again. This is just our first foray into this forum. So guys, what do you think about Patrick Hoban slapping that guy?
There was Patrick Hoban slapping a guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Allegedly, Patrick Hoban and some guy got into an argument about what was a better top deck. I believe it was Warning versus Regeki Break in Mermails. Why would you even argue over that? There's no reason. And since they'd both been drinking a little bit, apparently Patrick Hoban decided to make things physical and slap him in the face.
Okay, first of all, I just want to go, and I want everybody who's watching this podcast to go and look up a picture of Patrick Hoban. I'm just going to bring him up to my own screen right now. First of all, if you look at a picture of Patrick Hoban, he looks like a bitch. If you get slapped by Patrick Hoban, you should honestly reconsider what's happening in your life, for one thing. If I got hit by Patrick Hoban, I don't know. He just seems like the guy, if he slapped me, I'd be like, wow, I'm a bigger bitch than Patrick Hoban. I don't know.
No, guys, you are missing the important part here. He slapped him. That's the least manly way to go about fighting somebody.
Exactly. That's why I would say he's such a bitch. Like,
Patrick Hoban, this is going out to you. Dude, seriously. Pick up Sock'em Boppers.
Thank
you. will go far.
Okay.
Next regional, Patrick Hoban tops with boxers. Exactly Kane's build.
So, is it just me, or does anyone else picture him, like, about to slap the guy, just like, upstart this bitch!
No, I can
I'm
just...
feeling a little reckless!
Nah, he's going to go straight up claim it as his own idea build for boxers, Kane, if he does do it.
It's like, Hoban's going to play my boxers and throw in 3 upstart and 3 reckless, and I'm be like, fuck!
Throwing up 3 upstart, 3 reckless. It's like... That's it.
God damn it. Anyway.
But anyways, so what 2 cards did he say were better top decks in Mermails?
Warning?
It was... The other guy was arguing that Solemn Warning was a better top deck, whereas Hogan was arguing that Regeki Break was better in most situations. Because of how versatile it is of just getting rid of things instead of like, oh yay, this card summons something.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
It does, but apparently the other guy was like, it's just a game, calm down, and apparently was being so douchey, saying that Patrick Hoban's whole life was based around Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, it kind of is.
Well,
I mean,
that's not true.
To be fair, he is studying for a political science major.
Yeah, he is a poli-sci major. I still don't like Patrick Hoban, but that's just me as a personal thing.
The only thing I dislike about him is his hair. Honestly, if his hair was a living individual, I would just shoot it. I would take it out back, shoot it in the back of the head, and not even be creative about it, suffer the consequences. If you get that reference, you're amazing.
I don't know. He does seem like the kind of guy that if you played him in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, he would just kind of like in a really high-pitched voice that seems like his balls haven't dropped yet, tell you what you've been doing wrong.
So wait, are you saying that he's the Justin Bieber of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Except girls don't like him at all, probably.
The thing about Hoban is he doesn't believe anybody's good at this game. He believes that, there is no good way to play the game. You're either you play it well or you don't play it. So he doesn't even think himself is good. So there are no good players in his eyes. So he comes across as kind of douchey, in my opinion. And his ban list sucks. So moving on ban list, guys.
Speaking of things like good players, meta decks. What do you guys consider to be like the top decks of this small little format? Considering we've only really got a month left of it until the next ban list.
Right now, I'm gonna probably say +1 Fire Fist are one of the best decks.
Yep, I would have to say Bro Fist.
Percentage-wise, topping at things like YCS and regionals, +1 Fire Fist is doing the best. But there's also a lot of argument for things like Mermails being better.
Mm-hmm.
Girgia apparently is considered to be the best.
Girgia was considered to be the best, but it's kind of started going into decline since +1 Fire Fist became a thing.
Yeah,
and also,
just because of how much more consistent +1 Fire Fist is.
And also, the 4-axis Mermails is becoming a thing because of Patrick Hoban.
Yes. Speaking of Patrick Hoban, the main reason why he personally doesn't think that Fire Fist is the best deck, which I kind of agree with, is because most Tier 1 decks, they have some kind of combo where if they open it, they pretty much just auto-win, right? Fire Fist, every single game you play, there's no auto-win. You're fighting for that game win.
Right.
Which consistently, like, in terms of percentage-wise, it makes it less consistent to win than another deck just as good that has an auto-win.
But didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
I understand that, but also there's other decks that have topped in the past that haven't had a defined win condition button.
Name one.
Old Infernities.
Okay, the thing is, though, when they topped, were there other decks in the format that also had win conditions? Like, that had auto wins that were also top tier?
When was it Old Infernities? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
Infernities, I'm picturing, like, 3 launcher.
3 launcher Infernities. I'm thinking, like, was that... Shoot. I know playing Infernities currently, I don't have a defined win condition. It's...
Your defined win condition is... Okay, Archfiend win.
Yeah, Archfiend win. Win. Blah, blah, blah. I can't words, so...
Archfiend, you don't have Valor Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty much how Infernities play now. But since we can all kind of agree on what's Tier 1 would be like Mermails, Fire Fist, that's about it. What would you guys say is like the good Tier 2? Because recently, if you look at a lot of regionals, you'll see things like Boujins and Raccoons.
Dude, Raccoons are amazing right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played too much of Raccoons.
What about Noble Knights?
Noble Knights are still down. They're still down there.
Recently top with Noble Knights?
Did Jeff Jones stop with Noble Knights? I don't remember.
He did, but I don't think his build is out anywhere. So that's good. We don't need Jeff Jones making another card $40 more expensive.
Hi, Rainbow Creeper.
Hi, Grand Soil.
Yeah. Grand Soil is...
Kelly's.
Although, that being said, I like Jeff Jones a whole lot better than Patrick Hoban.
So you said he topped with Noble Knights, right?
Yep.
Okay. When Drod goes up to $50... God damn it.
Drop would go to like 50. Jennifer would probably go up.
Jennifer.
Gwenifer, whatever I call her, Jennifer.
The Queen?
Yeah. The whore, yes.
Or Queen?
Jeez, we're just shit-talking everyone.
We shit talk everybody on YuGiCast.
Hookers are my thing. You should know that by now.
I'm just
hookers and
saying.
blow. I'm just
Like,
saying.
if I call you a hooker, that's pretty much a compliment from me.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If
Tier
you were a
1.5.
hooker, you'd be a high-class hooker.
Wait, are you calling them a hooker because you're hooked on a feeling?
What?
No,
No.
not happening. No. Tier 1.5 right now. That we were talking about it. Definitely Boojins and Raccoons right now. I think Prophecy are also still in there.
I personally,
Prophecy has seen better days.
Of course,
Yeah, but I still
Prophecy's-
think it's up there, definitely.
Fate is just too strong of a card.
Even at 1, because of all the recursion power they have and the search power.
Basically,
the problem with Prophecy is any kind of card that shuts that deck down at all, shuts it down so hard they pretty much can't even play.
Yeah.
Example, if
DNA
you're
surgeries.
Thunder King with any back row, okay, that's game.
DNA surgery calls something that's not spellcaster.
Like, unless they're like, okay, open Temperance plus power, attack over Thunder King, hopefully you have no traps to stop me. That's literally their only outs. Play like Thunder King.
yeah. Between Thunder King and Mistake, they do have kind of a problem, but it's not something that can't be overcome.
Exactly. Someone really has to figure out, like, a good build that can just kind of counter the meta, because I feel like the way they're currently being played, trying to be the best deck isn't the best thing. They have to find a way to, like, to counter the best decks, as opposed to just trying to beat it themselves.
Hey, does someone have a list of the last regionals? Like,
Well,
what type
there's
of
like
decks?
There's
been
a
bunch
billion
of
regional reports on Yu-Gi-Oh! On our Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now.
I mean, you guys were talking about regional reports. I think what you're wanting is a YCS report.
Well, when was the last YCS?
It's
Atlanta, I believe.
Yeah, Atlanta was last YCS, and I think Chicago's coming up here on your birthday.
Yeah, that is my birthday weekend.
And we're gonna have Suko and Arknight there to cover that for us.
Yay!
Yeah.
So wait, how many people are going to be at YCS? Chicago?
Quite a few.
Quite a few people from YuGiCast too, right? Like just you guys, Suko. You just said. I'm just wondering.
So let's see. In the top 32 for YCS Atlanta, there was 11 Fire Fists, 6 Giria, 3 Mermail, 3 Spellbook, 3 Heretic, 2 Bujin, 1 Dark World, 1 Infernity, 1 Lightsworn, and 1 Evilsworn. First place was Fire Fist, second was Prophecy, fourth was Heretics, fifth was Fire Fist. They don't say what's third on here. Sixth was Fire Fist, eighth was Fire Fist, ninth was Heretic, 10th was Giria, Fire Fist was 11, 14th was Infernity. So yeah, it's actually being a pretty varied meta so far, which I kind of like.
I love varied metas because it's
anyone's game.
Yeah, when I first started getting serious back into, tournament level play, it was during Wind Up and Zector format.
Which was by far the funnest of formats, guys.
Oh, I love that format so much. There were so many things that were broken in that format that it just made it hilarious.
Right.
Because if you weren't playing against Wind Up or Inzectors, you also had Dino Rabbits, which is still a bitch.
You had Dark Worlds too.
And Dark Worlds, which is also an annoying deck.
And Chaos Dragons with Future Fusion and 3 Red MD.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was a diverse format, but it was a unfair format.
It was a broken but fun format. Last format was just kind of
playing one of those top decks. That was probably my favorite format.
Yeah. I started picking up wind-ups before they became popular, and then I watched the price just shoot out of the roof.
Sell.
No, I kept that deck when I probably should have sold it. I was bad at being a trader.
I'm the one that actually broke him into doing the loop.
Yeah, he literally broke me into using the loop. I played against an Inzector player, and then I played against him with his Gishkis that were doing the hand loop or something.
So on the topic of old metas and stuff, let's say we were to take all the best decks from, say, the last 4 years and threw them all into one battle royale. What do you think, like, the top...
E-Drags.
E-Drags, hands down.
Really? E-Drags? But at the same time, okay, you know, the only reason I would vote for E-Drags is because if Ixies were out during Teledad and Airblade Turbo, it would be...
It,
wait a
it would,
minute.
it would be a different story. And I hold you to that, but if we're taking them at their prime, just take a snapshot of them in their prime and then throw them into the arena, you have to give the edge to E-Dragons simply because they have a recursion power that none of those other decks can match.
Oh yeah, no
Also,
question.
just how consistent they are. That's the reason why I said top 3, because it's pretty easy to say E-Dragons, hands down, because it's true, but for the other decks that will be up there...
Also, speaking on the E-Dragon thing,
I know you can't throw Prophecy into the mix as well and being like, oh yeah, those two, we're discounting them because everyone knows they're the best. 3 Fate
Prophecy is
and
actually kind of questionable to me because we also seem to be forgetting Wind-Up Loop was a thing.
What was
you
that?
also seem to be forgetting Judgment plus Fate.
Judgment plus Fate is a really strong thing. But first turn, Wind-Up Loop, fuck your hand. What you got?
Top deck Blue Boy.
Top deck Blue Boy, okay.
That's what I've got.
You top deck that Blue Boy, go ahead. But, I mean, if you don't, what do you have? You just
top deck Secrets.
Actually, the problem is that the TCG never really got to see the Gishki hand loop at its prime as Japan did, which really sucks because it was the wind-ups hand loop, except even worse because it's all back in your deck. That is more obnoxious of those two hand loops.
Plus, Gishki is, honestly, Konami really screwed up with them, I'm just going to say, because they've had to hit them so many times. Because they've had so many broken loops where they're like, oh, you max seeded, that's game. Like, they will just deck you out for no reason.
Now, here's why, though.
Sure.
It's because in the lore, the Gishkis are descendants of the ice barriers. All the ice barrier synchros at one point have been hit. So, of course, it makes sense that their descendants also had to get hit.
Exactly.
That's why they always got hit.
But do you want to know the reason why they're still at least a decent deck? Ice barriers are so bad, their descendants have to at least be somewhat decent.
Yeah. Well, no. Ice barriers are good in the extra deck. Everywhere else, they're pure shit.
Well,
shit talk. So, ice barriers, if you had to give them a tier, what would they be?
17.
Negative 95. They're the greatest deck in existence.
Next format.
Next format,
Next
so
format,
good?
all ice barriers.
Next format. Why, are you saying Brianak's gonna come back?
Dude, ice barriers, the pendulum summoning, too strong. Oh, man.
I honestly feel like just for lulz, we should have a tournament of just, like, ice barriers alone.
Just ice barriers.
Oh, wait, no, haven't you guys seen Yu-Gi-Oh! For Real Men's build of ice barriers?
No.
Or
Anyone's build of ice
Like,
barriers.
can you just be like, ew, no.
Or am I not allowed to do shameless promotions for other people?
No shameless promotions for other people.
We can only whore ourselves out, like by going to YuGiOhPrices.com, the #1 place for online card prices.
You're right.
Exactly. There you go.
And
That's
guys, don't forget about picking up their absolutely free and awesome app.
Yeah. Mention the app more because we don't do that.
So,
ban list, guys. What do you guys think are going to get hit on the ban list right now?
Jesus, that's so hard to say. If you want to ask me what gets hit, it's hard. But I think a couple cards might come off. Like, I definitely think Brianak could have a chance, like you guys were saying. But at the same time, same time with Mermails, like, that's the hard part. Excuse me for saying that. I think I said I wish. Like, that's what I wish would come off.
So it's a
The thing about Brianak is it's not
list.
Gishkis that are the problem. as Jaff has said like so many times, it was Infernities that were the problem with Bryo.
The fact of even Bryo at 1, it opens so many crazy loops that it's better to just leave it banned. If anything's coming back from the ice barriers to OP, I'd say it's going to be Trish at 1. Because they put it back in the OCG, it really hasn't even done anything there.
Actually, it has. It just became like the centerpiece of new E-Dragons.
Oh God.
Really?
Yeah, they have easy access to it using just level 1 tuners and like a level 1 monster that they can just go raw, sink, Trish, fuck your shit.
Oh, well, honestly, the thing is, though, do you really think we're going to be able to get to their status of, oh, let's have Dragon Ravines back with semi-limited dragons? Fun.
And all the other stuff that they have back.
I think Heretics could do it, honestly.
I honestly don't think they could. Like, they might be a good deck, but the thing is, the deck loses to itself as well. They'd literally have to get a perfect combo off.
All I know is if Trish comes back, I'm running Synchro Infernities because fuck you, I have Trish. Lol.
Yeah, the amount of stuff that Trish could do.
Wait. Hold up, you're like, fuck you, I have Trish. Why would you not be like, fuck you, I have triple Void Ogre Dragon and no hand?
That too. But right now, XYZ Infernity is so much better.
Yeah. As for getting hit, I feel like Upstart might get limited or semi just because of the fact of Konami's recent trend of,
what will Patrick Hoban do?
Exactly.
Well, the thing
they're like, let's have no staples. That's the thing.
Patrick Hoban wanted both Reckless and Upstart to be hit on his ban lists because he thinks they're too strong.
Yeah. Also, what would get hit? I think Wolfbark is honestly going to get hit.
Wolfbark opens a shit ton of plays with everything that it's in.
Not on the degree of Wolfbark, also Bear.
Bear's
what cards?
I don't think Bear's going to get hit, honestly, because he's kind of like the centerpiece of the deck, really.
Yeah, you can't hit Bear. That makes sense that you can't do that.
They might hit Tenki back to 2.
Bear might get semi simply because it all it has to do is inflict damage. It doesn't have to destroy a monster like Gorilla does. Just the damage is too easy to do because you can either buff it or you can debuff your opponent's monster, inflict 100 points of damage, you get a free Tenki, Tensu, Tensen, whatever.
10 whatever.
Yeah.
10.
I would put Tenki back at 2. Helps way too many decks, and then keep Bear at 3. I don't see it getting banned.
Also,
even limited.
A more generic card that could possibly get hit. I don't really see it getting hit. If it does get hit, it'll go semi. Card-Card-E.
Card-Card-E could get hit. They just reprinted it in Star Pack 2014, and it has a possibility to get hit, which...
Okay, guys. We talked so much about stuff getting hit. Now the real question is, what's coming back?
Well, we kind of talked on that.
With Sylvan's getting being released, most likely getting pushed, Lone Fire could come back to 3.
I mean, I already got hit up to 2.
Yeah, Lone Fire's already at 2.
Because the thing is, at 2, it's still not really doing anything.
I see Rhoda going to 2 because of the reasons that Jaff had explained before. The decks that it helps already they don't mess in the tier 1, 2 area. They are more tier 3 and back.
Yeah, no, I would love Rhoda to come back to 2, especially with that Warrior deck that I'd been working on. I would love it to be at 2.
I mean, I want it for my boxers personally, but like, there's other decks that it helps kind of. It helps Evil Storms, it helps Constellars, it helps a whole bunch of things. That's the only reason I could see it staying at 1, but I think there's more than enough reason to push it 2.
Yeah, also, I don't think it's very likely, but I'd love Glow Up Ball back at 1.
Yeah, Glow Up Ball opens a whole bunch of shenanigans
Just
that
because, even though no matter what, people are like, oh, Glow Up Bulb is OP, it opens so many plays. How many of you remember playing in this Synchro Plant format?
That was right before I started being serious.
Okay, that was the format I came back. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Because literally, think of chess with a million more options. That's what that mirror match was.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know,
like,
but
hey,
I play
Chris,
Synchros,
easily.
obviously, so I don't know.
You play
Synchro
Gusto.
Plants doesn't probably... Yeah, I do play Gusto. I don't know if it wouldn't help me, but I love Synchros.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gustos, totally tier 3.
Yeah.
Let's see how Pyrrhica helps that.
Exactly,
Right?
totally tier 3. That's the only reason they're going to be tier 3.
Pyrrhica? No, they could go like 2 for a little bit.
Yeah, they could be tier 2 for a little bit, but freeze.deck is not that reliable. You need to draw into Lances and to Lances and Chalice. I mean,
Not to mention-
Chalice, stress.
Not to
Someone
mention
finds the
Susan.
right build, will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I'll
to
get
mention
Hoban right on it.
Susanoo fucks up that entire deck.
Yeah, Susanoo is kind of just OP versus Gusto.
Fiendish
Now, looking back over the list from January, I love how they brought back Magician of Fate, yet it has done nothing.
Yeah, that'll
That's
probably
right.
go back to
That could go back to 2 pretty easily. But
probably
the thing
just
is,
slowly put it back in.
It's like Tsukiyomi.
But watch,
Has
the
to-
moment
yeah.
that card goes to 3, they'll be like, prophecies, lol.
I think that's what Prophecy players are doing. They had a secret meeting of Prophecy players, and they're like, okay, guys, we're gonna wait on Magician of Faith, and then let it come back to 3, so we can all play it, and then we'll show these motherfuckers what's up.
I think the thing
They
is,
hit our fate, so we're going to get our Magician back.
the thing of it is, flip effects are so like outdated. It's just Tinky Bear Pop. What are you gonna do? Your flip monster just got fucked before you could even use it.
We play Ghosts. They're like, lols.
Ghost tricks are something different because they can manipulate their flipping at will, basically.
So can Deslakuta.
Deslakuta can in fact do that also, but what does Deslakuta do? It just draws you a bunch of stuff.
Pluses, though.
I know pluses, but
Lakuta pluses all day, every day.
That's
Yeah,
what
pluses-
you need it for.
yeah, if you're just using it for pluses, cool. Where's that engine going towards? What is your end goal?
What's your end game
What was
using
the
that?
plus so hard, then I'm just like Deslakuta Exodia, GG.
You
YuGi.
top deck 4 Exodia and Deslakuta. Oh, yeah.
Rolls, I drew into Exodia. You kept flipping my Deslakuta. So, but speaking of things like Ghost Tricks and stuff, Primal Origins is set to come out fairly soon.
Yep, Prio. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Pyrrhica. Okay, just
Prio-
I feel like Konami is gonna screw with me and put Pyrrhica as a secret rare. I just know it's gonna happen.
They will.
No, there's so many more better things for them.
Possibly a super. I'm guessing secret.
She'll be Ultra. No, I think she'll actually be Ultra because she'll look sick as an Ultra. Or an Ultimate. Oh my god, Ultimate Pyrrhica would be awesome.
Okay,
Dude,
but
As long as they keep Fincest as a short print, I'm going to be the happiest motherfucker around.
Yeah.
yeah, but seeing as
But-
Primal
but-
Origins is coming out, what kind of an impact do you think things in the OCG is going to have on our meta? Because seeing
Dude,
as things like
artifacts are gonna run wild.
Yeah.
Really?
artifacts run wild, pretty insanely. But the thing is, people are just going to start realizing that, okay, let's not run triple MST in every deck. We'll put it in the side.
And when we see that they're not running
Artifacts.
goddamn
will start
artifacts,
pop,
we'll
pop.
put them back in.
I don't think so.
No,
I think
here's
MS
what it is.
I think
We
MST
replace
is going to
MSTs
be
with
run.
night beams.
Okay, I'm just going to say, freaking enemy drag over here is going to have a fun time. He'll just be like, okay, Night Gustos, lol, Dark Samorg.
Side Dark some more. I mean, I still have my Night Gusto build, but I'm not sure, like, because I want Pyrrhica, but I in the current meta.
if artifacts become tier 1, just start playing Dark Samorg. Okay, you can't set anything. Have fun.
Yeah, GG, motherfuckers.
No,
I mean, I can still
Allied
play Night
Justice
Gusto like
Cycle
anytime.
That's the answer.
Say again?
Dark Samorg.
Allied Justice Cycle Reader.
The problem with Cycle Reader right now is that they're getting a new card in the next set that basically makes Cycle Reader useless.
Okay. Well, that's still the next set. That's not till much farther out for the TCG.
Right. It's going to be that
So
one format of Cycle Reader, and Cycle Reader's going to the wayside like right away. The thing of it is, right now, what I'm looking at with Prio, it's going to open up a lot of old decks to some new play,
Exactly.
alongside Pendulum Summoning, because that's just going to be like, lol, fuck you, summon a bunch of monsters in one turn.
I don't even know what that does yet. I haven't even looked at it.
They'd have to bring back Bottomless Trap Hole for Pendulum Summoning to punish Pendulum Summoning.
Speaking of Bottomless Trap Hole, new Trap Trick support.
Actually, no, they don't have. They do not have to bring back Bottomless.
No. Giant Trap Hole. When your opponent summons 2 or more monsters simultaneously, banish them and all other copies in their deck.
Fuck you, Gastons.
That card becomes a new staple. Guys, let's get on that and start buying up all copies of that card.
Please, actually, I'll do that with you.
Yeah, guys, we'll go sell them on eBay and jack up the price on YuGiCastPrices.com. No more place for card prices on the internet.
Buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards online.
Yeah. Other OCG stuff, Chronomalies. How do you think they'll do when Nebradisk gets introduced to the TCG? I think those are gonna just run things.
Yeah, I
honestly,
think.
Hold on. Let me bring it up so I can read out the effect and make sure I have it right.
Of Nebra.
Yeah.
Nebradisk is honestly a card that changes the entire deck. Nebradisk in the field spell literally changes the way the whole thing plays, because it adds so much consistency alone that they literally just focus the entire deck around Nebradisk.
Yeah, Nebradisk brought the deck from like nothing to like tier 2 and with one card.
Yeah, wow, that adds a lot of consistency.
Tier 2? In the OCG, it's pretty much tier 1 from what I've seen. Dragons, Chronomalies, and Artifacts have been what I've seen be topping.
Yeah, and that's only because their dragons are still at 2.
Yeah.
Patsu Nebula Disuku.
But for everyone watching, Nebradisk's effect is, when this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 Chronomaly card from your deck to your hand, except Chronomaly Nebradisk. Meaning you can add things like the field spell, you can add any other monster. And also, if this card is in your graveyard and all monsters you control are Chronomaly monsters, minimum 1, you can special summon this card from your graveyard and face up defense position. You cannot activate cards or effects the turn you activate this effect, except for Chronomaly cards, so when you special them you can't activate that. And you can only use 1 Chronomaly Nebradisk effect per turn, and only once that turn.
Plus it has 1800.
So basically, think of it as a better Magellan that keeps recycling itself from the grave, allowing you to just make Xyz plays like every turn.
Yeah. Now, the thing I'm most disappointed about with Prio is, of course, Boxers.
Because you don't get all your awesome OPG stuff?
I do not get Shadow, and I do not get Novasar, and I do not get Jolt Counter. All 3 of those cards just make the deck amazing. It's already a good deck, but those cards just like, lol, fuck you.
Say whatever you want to help yourself sleep at night. It's not a good deck.
No, I've got Battle Phase Infinity Barrier. What are you talking about? It's fine.
Okay, Fire Fists are like Golgyoko. Deal with it.
Okay. Blaster Pop?
Ooh, there's your 1 blaster.
Okay.
And Fire can do the exact same thing.
Right.
Every turn.
Okay, Wolf Bark.
Okay. Let me make Tiger King. Fuck. No, seriously though, I'm just biding my time, because when I go take boxes to regionals this March, or this
2
this
weeks.
time.
2-3 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks time, and I top, you guys gonna be like, "What the
No,
fuck?"
we should have listened to Kane.
Yeah, guys, we should have listened to Kane. Kane knows what he's talking about.
So other stuff.
Dude,
from
but you'll be the
Primal
highest placing boxer player, so you'll technically be the undisputed champion of the entire U.S.
Okay, so other stuff from Primal Origins, Madolche and Jelly.
Oh yes,
That
I completely
card-
forgot about Angeli.
That will
Madolche,
toss
Jelly?
at it quite a bit.
Okay,
Yes, Madolche's fire.
guys, the card I was talking about, I was wrong. It was originally called Dark Trap Hole, but they have changed it since, calling it Dark Fall. But it's when your opponent special summons 2 or more face-up monsters at the same time. Send those monsters to the graveyard, then send all monsters in your opponent's hand and deck to the graveyard that have the same name as those monsters. Send them to the graveyard by those effects. So yeah, Pendulum Summon as much as you want. Dark Fall is going to be amazing.
What is the rarity on that?
It was a common in Star Strike Blast. Then it
Oh.
got re-released in
Yeah,
Duelist
Star
League
Strike
16.
Blast, we can reasonably boost the price of it.
Yeah,
With the
it's like,
reasoning that, oh, it's in Star Strike Blast.
guys, good luck finding Star Strike Blast.
Actually, Kane, I think we have some at the house here.
We might, and that's gonna. It's like if we had that and we could find a Vanity's Emptiness, we'd be like rich.
We'd be
Ah,
rich
you
for
wish.
Vanity's Emptiness that you guys would end up running.
Yeah. Speaking of
Is that
Vanities,
gonna? Do you think that's coming? Do you think anything's gonna happen in Blackhorn and then on the ban list as well? I know we kind of left that, but
I don't think Black
it's
will
fine.
hit, but I'm still standing by Vanities needs a hit because it is basically Imperial Order, except for
Yeah.
monster summons. I also stand by that Royal Decree should be hit because it's basically Imperial Order for traps, except with no cost.
Vanity's Emptiness is on the same degree as Royal Oppression on what it does. Because you go off, and then your opponent turn, they try and do something, you flip the vanities, and then they just QQ. And the fact that it has a built-in self-destruction effect allows you to control when you can go back into doing stuff.
Yeah. The deal with Royal Decree is, okay, I don't run traps in my deck, let me just run Royal Decree, you can't play like a third of your deck. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with
also-
Skill Drain.
Skill Drain's another card that needs to be hit, and I'm surprised it still hasn't been hit.
I just
The
like to
fact
say
that-
Skill Drain at 2. That's all I'm asking. Simply because it shuts down so many decks.
All the
It
skill
literally
cards
shuts
want
down
to be-
what's the difference?
I'm
Of it
gonna
being
go
a-
as far. I'm gonna go as far as Skill Drain at 1, considering they limited all the other Drain cards. Why not?
No, they didn't. They
limit
only
Skill Drain?
limited Soul Drain.
yeah,
Did they?
yep.
Yeah,
Screw
it's
it.
only limited
Screw
Soul
it.
Drain.
Limit Mind Drain 2.
Yeah, Soul Drain, Mind Drain to 1. Let's do it.
Then you have your Drain
And ban
Brigade.
Decree because it's basically in one of those other cards that's like you can't play the game.
What card?
Royal Decree. They've
yeah,
literally,
that's
yeah.
what I was.
for the past few lists, they've been getting rid of cards that are like you just can't play.
You can't play
Exactly the same
Yu-Gi-Oh.
with Thunder King and stuff like that. Just limit Royal Decree.
My only problem was that because as soon as they do that, they're gonna start limiting Gozen and Rivalry, and I'm gonna be really sad. Because Gozen and Rivalry are, in my opinion, fair cards, but
A
You
lot
can
of
still
decks with
play
archetype specific
Rivalry,
stuff
you know,
that goes in
stuff.
rivalry don't touch as much. So I can see them
Because
staying though.
realistically, what do Gozen and Rivalry hit this meta outside of the extra deck?
the extra deck.
Yeah.
Extra deck's the only thing it hits. Main deck wise, have
Slightly
Mermail, that's
Prophecy.
all water. You have Fire Fist, that's all fire. Giria, that's all earth, except for like, what's it called? Gen X
Birdman.
Ally
Bird.
Birdman. Yeah, that's like the only non-earth in their deck. Prophecy, yeah, it kind of hits it, but let's be real, that deck gets hit by literally everything.
Right.
If Sylvan become top tier, it hits them. Or
Yeah,
when they
if
hit
Sylvan-
top tier.
Yeah, Gozen hits them. They
Rivalry's,
can still play under it though, because they have
Yeah.
ways of getting rid of it. They just have to
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
dedicate themselves to like, okay, what do I want to do? Do I
Yeah.
want my Deku tree or do I want my mustache tree?
Yeah.
You should get someone to alternate art those cards for you.
I really do. I need to
Yeah.
get those cards first.
Right.
Are
Yeah.
you actually playing Sylvans when they come out?
Have
I
you
would
not
be
seen
playing-
Charity?
I would be playing them right now if Marshall Leaf wasn't like a $25 card.
That's true. Marshall
Yeah.
Leaf's pretty expensive.
No, I'll probably try and pick up the deck in a bit.
Because I've
What
seen
other-
you playing them a lot at DN.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a fact of plants. They're pretty much the modern synchro plants for me. Except they have the ability
Yeah.
to like, okay, Draco Sack Felgrand, one turn with Star Eater.
Lol, come at me, bro.
I
Lol, come
still
at me.
applaud the guy for not quitting. But, so off of that, other things in Primal Origins, we have Scrap Factory. We also
Which
have Scrap Factory basically makes scraps at least somewhat viable again.
Yeah, it
Because
makes
if they
me kind of
get to
playable.
go off, if they make one play with Scrap Factory, you're pretty much done. Because they'll just be like, okay, double Scrap Dragon in one turn,
Right.
and then
just
in a Scrap deck, Scrap Dragon is literally just the be-all end-all. You lose.
yeah.
Maybe keep up with which cards are coming out.
What
This
else
is all
are-
just memory. There is that new Dark World card, which unless you're playing something like Ceruli, I don't really see that doing anything viable. Because when it's discarded by an opponent's card effect, you can summon another Dark World monster from the deck.
You could theoretically
Max
play it with.
level 6, like Silva and Gold.
You could theoretically play it alongside Latinum, which is also a level 6, and then you can make level 6 plays with it.
The thing
Because
is,
Silver
why would
and
you
Gold-
just not him and summon another copy of him from the deck, or summon like a Grapha from the deck?
You can make like a level 6 play and go into Photon, Strike Bouncer, or Gauntlet Launcher. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
Good, but at the same time, it's Dark
You
World.
could play Grapha instead.
You really could, and that scares me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Kane, this is off topic, but did you trade in the Megalo that we got yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That's how I got $60 Exoton Knight.
Booyah!
Okay, remember what you did with it.
Too good, yeah.
I just wanna buy like 3 packs of a set and just pull the boss card once. just like buy like 1 pack of Legacy of the Valiant, pull Exoton Knight, laugh.
Go to Walmart. They have great
So,
broken deals.
I know.
So
I can't.
speaking of
I'm actually
mermails-
might go soon.
Speaking of
Speaking of
Mermails,
Mermails, what do you guys think of the 4-axis build?
I actually
you
haven't
any
seen the deck
experience facing
list.
it yet?
I've seen it. I've seen it been played by the one guy that copies Patrick Hoban at our locals. Yayos Tommy, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
I've personally seen like one person playing it who regularly plays Mermails, and the plays that deck
is
do is actually really good.
that deck's weird because it's an okay deck. I just don't think it's that good. I still don't think Mermails are that good this format personally. I understand that they're topping and everything, but it's just I understand how to counter Mermails really easily. It's really easy to read for the most part. So I just
if you can
I
get
only
rid
lo-
of their hand, you can get rid of their game.
yeah. The only reason
Yeah.
I lost to it is because I misplayed. I forgot to set my hand to set before I went off with Infernities. I fucked up.
Wait, what?
How do you forget to set
How-
your hand in Infernities?
Because I
Was
did.
there a monster in there? You're like, oh wait, I can't do that. But wait, I can because it's Infernities.
I played Summoner Monk and I pitched for Summoner Monk to summon Summoner Monk, and I'm like, pitch. Oh wait, fuck. No, I need a set, and it's like, no, you can't do that. So I got fucked over.
Yeah. So, other than that, in Primal Origins, we have quite a bit of Ghost Trick support that's looking really good.
Oh geez, yeah.
Another
They're
deck
getting
that I will
dolls.
never play.
They're getting Ghost Trick Doll, which I find to be ridiculous. It's a level 2. So, like all the ghost tricks, it can't be normal summoned or special. It can't be normal while there's a ghost. I can't speak right now. It can't be normal unless you have another ghost trick monster face up. Once per turn, you can set it. But basically, when it's flipped up during the end phase, you change all face up monsters on the field to face down defense position. Then you can special summon in face down defense position a ghost trick monster from your deck whose level is equal to the number of monsters the card set.
A better version of Jiangshi.
Well, no, you get
Pretty
Janji
much-
off.
Pretty much, it searches it's basically a Mary that you can use every turn on the field that sets your opponent's monsters.
With a better search effect than Jiangshi.
Yeah, because it literally lets you just summon Jiangshi from the deck.
Yeah.
And then you can Jiangshi into her and keep recurring them over and over again because
Well,
hey guys,
you need a
this is
second
fair.
creature for Janji to get her.
Herself. So she flips, and then Jiangshi flips, and then fuck everybody.
Yeah, they also have Ghost Trick Werewolf coming out, which along with the standard Ghost Trick effect is when it's flipped face up, you inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each set card on the field. You can only use one werewolf a turn. He's not that good, but he's a level 3, 1400 zombie, which could do some things comboing with like Zombie Master and Stein if someone wants to make a weird build. It's not that good, or you could play like Ghost Trick Burn. There's no real point. They have the trap card, which I find to be really good. Is Ghost Trick Knight. While a Ghost Trick monster is face up on the field, monster your opponent controls cannot be flip summoned. And then when Ghost Trick Knight is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, which I don't see a reason for that because it's a continuous trap, but and sent to your graveyard, your opponent can't declare an attack this turn.
The battle thing is because magical hats.
True.
So you attack with your monster with the magical hats, and it attacks into it, destroys it by battle, and into the graveyard. Fuck their shit.
They also have another field spell, Ghost Trick Parade. Monsters cannot attack face-down defense position monsters, but can attack directly if all monsters their opponent controls are face-down defense position. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can add one Ghost Trick card from your deck to your hand. All damage your opponent takes becomes 0. So it's not that good, but at the same time, it lets you search like crazy until you get to the point where you could go, okay, now activate Ghost Trick Mansion.
Yeah, Mansion, just say...
Because it does that any card, so once you're finally ready to go off, the last card you grab is Ghost Trick Mansion. But if you actually look at it, it's really, really adorable. Because they have Ghost Trick Mary being picked up by a pair of balloons, and she's flying off, and she's yelling in the mirror, and it's adorable.
Along
all
with
the art on it is purely adorable.
They're trolling. And then the last Ghost Trick card that I'm seeing here is there are new rank 2 Xyz to support things like Doll and the other monsters because
Neko
and Yokai and Witch.
Have Ghost Trick Succubus, which is obviously going to get its name changed because I don't really think they're going to leave Succubus as the name. But 2 level 2 monsters. Once per turn, you can attach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 monster on the field whose attack is equal to or less than the combined attack of all Ghost Trick monsters on the field. Destroy that target. After that monster is destroyed while you control a Ghost Trick monster, your opponent cannot use that monster card zone that the monster occupied. While you control another Ghost Trick monster, this card cannot be targeted for attacks. It's 1400 attack, 1200 defense. So all in all, it's a really good card. They're gonna have, in order to use it, you're gonna really have to find a way to make the level 2s viable other than Doll. But if you can, that card looks really good.
Well, Doll can set another level 2 and then just go off like that.
Exactly.
As an option.
The thing is, with Ghost Tricks, they're a deck that there's so much room to play around with. You don't even...
Is it just a generic level 2?
Yes, it is a generic level 2.
I can play Raccoons.
Other than your standard build or your own just, like, Monarch build, which I don't find to be that reliable, but it's still a thing. There's just so much versatility with them that you can play them really any way you want.
To a degree, Ghost tricks kind of are like gladiator
Ghost tricks
beasts because
I
they
consider them
have
more
the
like
force to do
wind-ups.
everything basically.
I
They're
would say
more
personally, Ghost Tricks are what tunes were meant to be, mixed with, say, if Ghost Trick was like the meta deck, best deck in the tier, all that. Their mirror, I feel, would kind of be a lot like Goat Control, really.
it kind of is, but it's a lot slower than Goat Control.
The deck in general is slow.
Yeah.
It idolizes slow play.
Yeah.
And also, as a nice throw in here for Ragnar, we have Fincess coming out in Primal Origins.
Which
Yes.
he talked about a little bit. That card
He talked
does
a little bit.
amazing
The
things
effect
for
of
that
She
deck.
is
Fincess,
purely beautiful at what she does for Gishkis and other water decks in general.
so the effect of Fincess is, when this card is normal or special summoned, you can banish this card, special summon one level 4 or lower fish-type monster from your deck, except Fincess. You can only use the effect of Fincess once per turn. So the main reason why Fincess is good in Gishkis is you use Fincess to summon your Abyss, which then lets you search any like other Gishki.
With 1,000 or less defense.
Yeah, with 1,000 or less defense, which is basically your
Everything.
vision or your shadow, which then can
Yes.
search another, like, your
She basically allows you to add consistency of not leaving Abysses out on the field in face of attack to be run over and you losing life points, which in turn is usually paid for to use YuGiCast's effects with the build I play.
The other interesting thing, though, is that, where is it? Yeah, all the level 4 mermaids are all fish.
Yes.
So we could see some interesting things come out of this, just due to Fincess into Pike from the deck, or into Turge from the deck.
And they
It
all get
really
their effects
just
off being special summoned. So
exact. Just the fact that Fincess is going to open a lot of plays for water decks. It's really interesting as to where water's going to go in the future. And then
granted, you forgot about the most important card from the set. No penguin.
Yes,
Penguin.
No Penguin seems so interesting to me, just because of, if anyone does anything with this card, it's automatically just an applaud to them, because if you can make penguins work, you're just like the greatest player ever, in my opinion. So it's during either player's turn, when a penguin monster effect is activated, special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only use the effect of no penguin once per turn. And then cards returned from the field to the hand by penguin card effects are banished instead. He's a 1600 attacker with 100 defense and a level 3.
Somebody's going to figure out a way to make this work. And then we're just going to go lol penguins.
I remember a while ago, back on the our Yu-Gi-Oh subreddit, there was this whole thing about transmodify penguins, but apparently no penguin's gonna put in some work then, if that's actually a thing. Because the slash Yu-Gi-Oh meta is the best meta.
Like, how are they using transmodified in the deck? Explain to me.
Okay, so the reason with transmodify is, what it does is lets you summon a monster, a level, and a same level but same I can't speak now.
One level higher, same type, same attribute.
So what happens is they have things here, like they have, most of them are Aqua except for Guard Penguin, which is like a hand trap.
Mm-hmm.
So you have Puny Penguin, which is things like, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard after being flipped face up, target one penguin monster in your graveyard except Puny Penguin. Special summon that target in face of attack position or face down defense position. And he's a level 1. So with Puny Penguin, you can go and like transmodify into a Penguin Soldier. Or since Penguin Soldier is a level 2, you could transmodify into Penguin Knight, or now no Penguin. Also with that, you could transmodify into Nightmare Penguin. Nightmare Penguin can transmodify into the Great Emperor Penguin, who has the effect of, you can tribute this card, special summon up to 2 penguin monsters from your deck except the Great Emperor Penguin. So they have a lot of really weird interactions where they can just do some really stupid stuff that for no reason is just there. But the deck is honestly just so slow that it's never really going to do anything, but as a fun deck, it's there.
If you beat someone with this, you know they have to be, oh my god, I can't believe what just happened.
I just got beat by penguins. I don't know how I should feel.
It's the same as losing to ice bears, realistically, except not as bad.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, Danny DeVito just beat me.
Exactly. It's literally like, oh my god, I just watched about 8 Robin Williams movies in a row.
Oh man. Elijah Wood is tap dancing on my face.
Oh no.
Insert other jokes about penguins and stuff.
Other penguin jokes, guys.
Penguins.
But on other things that we don't get straight out of this thing, Tachyon Transmigration. My god, I lost this fucking card. It is a bullshit thing. It's one of the cards that only Japan gets. It's a counter trap that if you control a galaxy-sized monster, negate the activation of your opponent's spells, traps, and other monster effects that are in the same chain as this card. And if you do, shuffle all those targets, all those negated cards on the field into the deck. If you control a Galaxy-Eyes Tachyon Dragon monster, you can activate this card from your hand.
Jeez.
Yeah, honestly, Galaxies, they're getting a lot of good support in the next couple sets.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
It's the thing is, though, I still don't see the deck doing anything just because of there's so many other decks that, even though rank 8s are getting a lot better, there's decks that just do rank 8s more effectively than Galaxies that are still better off standalone. For example, Dark Worlds.
Oh yeah, the Grapha with all its recursion powers.
But still have their Hitler powers.
So
like,
guys,
they just get so many good cards. For example, they get like the Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon, which is a thing.
Galaxy Soldier.
Exactly, they have so much. And then Galaxy Dragon is a thing that they have. Galaxy Mirror Sage. Tyranno is a cool one. He is a level 8, 2000 attack, 0 defense. It's when a Galaxy monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in face-up defense position. When you do, you can Xyz summon a Galaxy Xyz monster using Galaxy monsters you control only. So basically it allows you to just go and Xyz in the middle of the battle phase.
Hey guys, free Xyz battling. Yay.
Yay.
Hey guys, it's Formula Synchron in Exceed form.
What?
Yeah, he's right. Formula Synchron in Xyz form. Formula Synchron lets you synchro during the battle phase of your opponent's turn.
Oh yeah, it's during the main phase, but
Oh, main phase, close enough.
So, seeing as Kane's daughter didn't really walk in the room,
no, our dad put her
to just a splurge of not safe for work facts.
Go for it.
Sure. Do you mind posting up a link in the chat so we can all read off one?
Okay, I'll read off a couple while you guys get here. But for example, for its size, the gorilla has the smallest penis of any animal. So that's something I find kind of interesting. Also, during sex, not only do genitals and breasts swell, but there's a part of your inner nose that swells as well. Just random things that for some reason people were able to figure out.
Seems like something I'd want to know, though.
Male giraffes will headbutt a female in the bladder until she pees and tastes the pee to find out if she or not is ovulating, if she is ovulating or not. If she is, he then proceeds to mate.
The closest species to humans aren't found at zoos because they masturbate too often. That's actually a thing. So just picture yourself walking into a zoo, and you find the closest animal to humans. You're so just amused. You're so befounded by what you're seeing in front of you. Then all you see, you have something like a macaque or something, which is some kind of monkey, just turn and stare at you while it just sits there and masturbates. Just dead in the eye. What would you even do at that point? Like, that's almost as embarrassing as being slapped by Patrick Hoban.
Elephants have prehensile penises. They are considered the fifth leg because they can lean on them and use them as a walking stick in rough terrain and scratch their bellies with them.
Elephants are just tier 0 now.
Elephants tier 0, Konami, please nerf.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
So, I've said this to the people in the call here before, but for all of you watching, there's two here that I really like. Dolphins can shoot sperm at 120 miles per hour. So just think of that. Dolphin rape is a thing. Now be even more afraid. So, also, when a male octopus finds a mate, it rips its own penis off and throws it at the female so she can inseminate herself. And then grows a new penis. Male octopuses are legends, guys.
Hey, guys, don't forget about this one. The anus is 4 degrees warmer than the vagina.
See, I'm just concerned of who was the person that just decided to have a full-on study of that. It's like, how many people do you actually have to get as a sample group to verify that it's a thing? It's like, okay, so if you come in, we'll pay you about $20, and we'll just stick a thermometer in your vagina and your ass and see what one's warmer. Who signs up for these things?
People that really want money.
No, the
People
real
are like,
question is,
"Look,
why
my
are
ass
they
is
researching
warmer than
it?
my vagina?"
Why
Alright.
the hell are they researching it?
Alright, guys, so I think that's enough not safe for work facts right now.
Right now, I mean, I would just keep spouting them.
Female peg orgasms.
We gotta save some for next episode.
There's
You
so many of them. It's not that hard.
Whatever. I think we
Add
should
one more in here, please, because it is just the greatest thing.
go for it.
So, Iceland. Apparently, Iceland has a museum displaying the stuffed genitals of hundreds of species. So here's the kicker, though. The museum recently got a human phallus to add to their collection. So that means somewhere in Iceland, there is literally a museum where there is just a stuffed dick on display.
So it's like a regular museum. It's
People
filled with
pay
dicks.
money to go and just see a bunch of dicks. But not even like in exciting ways. They're just like, look at this. Nice baboon dick over here.
Mommy, I would like to see the Tyrannosaurus dick. Oh no, here's one last one. Otters rape baby seals to death and then continue to rape them.
What?
Otters rape baby seals to death and then continue to rape them.
Yes.
Henceforth, otters are necrophiliacs.
Are they worse than ducks, though?
They're not only necrophiliacs, they're pedophilic necrophiliacs. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Pedophilic, rapist, necrophiliacs.
So,
Is there an audio back loop?
Yeah, there's a back loop going on right now.
so you know what? Screw it. While we deal with this, I'll throw one more fact in there, because this one actually has to do with humans quite a bit. So, in ancient Rome, having a large penis was considered comical or grotesque. So, back in ancient Rome, the Romans prided themselves on having smaller and more normal-sized dicks. And people with larger dicks were popular amusements in Roman theater and Colosseum events. So that's why when you see old Roman statues, the dicks are generally really small. So it's not even like, oh, yay, let's just make my statue have a small dick, make everyone else feel better. No, they felt better. They're like, yay, small dicks.
Biggest dickus.
So in other words, in ancient Rome, Asians would rule the world.
Don't they already?
Nah, here's what it was. All the major government officials had small dicks. So in order to compensate that, they spent years indoctrinating people into believing that having a small dick was a good thing. That's clearly what this means.
Yeah, you know what? That's probably right.
legit. So,
We're getting told that we've been idling on penises too long, guys.
fine. Well, you know what?
Fine.
Let's go into a little segment.
Fine, then let's move on to breasts. Let's find some not so for breast
Five
facts.
human time. You know what? Let's kind of corral things back in, get back to Yu-Gi-Oh! For a little bit.
I'm
So,
talking about who's the hottest Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster.
Get back to Yu-Gi-Oh! So we can move on to other games.
So, personally, what I'd like to do here is, I feel like every time we have this podcast, we're going to introduce a little segment. Don't know what to call it yet. Anyone who watches this with our whole 2 viewers, comment down below and try and name it. Basically, what we're going to do is, each week we're going to think of like an archetype or something and find a way that we can improve them through adding a new card or like errating something in them. So, for example, I think Ojamas. They would be so much better if, for example, they errated red to say whenever this card is summoned instead of normal summoned. So say you were to use country to summon red, you could just go off like that. Or blue to not be destroyed by battle. Just be destroyed in any way. Allowing you to search 2 cards, which would make the deck so much more consistent. Also, just adding everything that they had like in the anime that just wasn't released, that would kind of help quite a bit.
yeah.
So does anyone else have any things that they think they can improve? For example, Kane. How would they improve boxers other than what they've added in the OCG?
That's hard because I think everything's pretty good right now. I mean, the only thing I would probably say is allow the level 3 guys to be summoned freely, so you can make cheat commish easier.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if boxers were to make some kind of better rank 3 other than G Commissioner, because let's be real, he's pretty subpar,
Yeah.
that could seriously help the deck.
I don't know.
So,
Ragnar, how can you make Gishkis better?
Other than-
Sorry, I was reading stuff on Reddit. Making them better. Probably making Gishki Beast. Whenever this card is summoned, special summon a level 4 or lower Gishki from the grave. On the top of my head right now. If you give me more time, I could probably think of something.
What about making the best card in the deck even better?
No, we're not bringing that guy up.
Here's how you make Gishki betters. Gishki's better. You unban all their ritual monsters.
Well, no, I just need Gus Kraken back. That's all I need.
You can keep the other guy banned.
Lastly, enemy drag. How would you improve, say, Gustos?
How would I improve Gustos? I wish I could say put Winda back to her original like text, but that would make them tier 0.
What was the original text?
Especially with Pyrrhica. Winda's original text.
Especially with Pyrrhica. The original text of Winda was that when it's sent to the graveyard as a result of battle. Now it's when it's sent to the graveyard as a result of battle with an opponent's attacking monster. Because if
So
it's just got sent to the graveyard, you could just tear people apart with Sprees.
So it's to the point where you can't even creature swap Winda anymore and attack it because it's not an opponent's attacking monster. It's just that card got nerfed so hard to stop this freeze loop, and for good reason. But really, if they brought that back, it would just boost the deck to unreal levels.
It'd be retardedly good. But making them like even more competitive than they're going to be with Pirika. Jeez, I don't know what you could do. I mean, I wish Falco could be destroyed by battle and get its effect off, but stuff like that is also just making the deck kind of ridiculous. Some of their synchros could be better. Like Daigusto Falcos is kind of terrible. The level 4 synchro has no utility within the deck at all, and it makes no sense to have ever. Their level 5 is good, and I almost want to run 3 of it, but there's no room considering there are much better synchros. And then Eggles is my favorite synchro, even if Freeze exists. I don't know. I wish you didn't have to banish a monster for his effect either, but I'm just kind of complaining about why my deck is like tier 3.
Bad.
Shut up, you play fucking
So
boxers,
as a quick note for making boxers better, if you really wanted to make boxers competitive, Black Whirlwind for boxers.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
That would just cause them to go insane.
Hey, my one-turn lead yoke's not enough? Let me make 3 one-turn lead yokes.
Lol.
Lol. Alright, guys, I want to introduce a segment now. I play a lot of games. I really do. I play more than just Yu-Gi-Oh!
What?
Yeah.
That's madness!
And I'm not talking about your video games and what like.
Patrick Hogan should slap you.
I play board games, guys, and I really like board games. So, speaking on board games, I want to speak about a board game that's probably my favorite board game right now. Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Okay.
How many of you guys...
Sentinels of the Multiverse? What's that?
Sentinels of the Multiverse is a card game where... it's a cooperative card game where you have a team of 2 or 3 to 5 people taking the roles of superheroes and trying to beat the supervillain. I played this with Ragnar several times. It's one of our favorite games right now. Imagine whatever your favorite superhero is right now, if you want to just name it off. If you don't like superheroes, then go fuck yourself.
Aquaman!
No, Green Lantern. Green Lantern is actually my favorite superhero.
Yeah.
There is actually an Aquaman, so...
There is an Aquaman, and he does not suck. But basically, you're going to have a group of people, and you guys are going to try and beat the supervillain, who varies from, like, Doctor Doom to the Joker.
Alternate timeline, one main superhero who's a dick.
So,
yeah.
Can I choose my hero to be Superman while affected by pink kryptonite?
What does pink kryptonite do again? I forget.
For anyone that doesn't know, there was one instance in one of the comics. The only reason I know this is because I love stupid facts so much. So in one of the comics, there was an instance where Superman was exposed to pink kryptonite. Pink kryptonite, when Superman is exposed to it, gives him homosexual tendencies.
What?
Literally, homosexual tendencies is the only effect that pink kryptonite has on him.
What was the purpose of
One
this?
comic, and that was it. There was literally no purpose for it.
Are you
But
sure this
it's
wasn't some
really
Rule 34 comic that a fan came up with?
Oh, I'm sure it is actually in one of the things.
I will check the DC
Even if you go on like the
database after this.
Superman Wikia or anything like that.
I will check. No, one of the characters
If you
is
go on the
basically...
Superman Wiki, though, it says, pink kryptonite is a type of kryptonite that seemingly turns Kryptonians homosexual. It is unknown what it would do to an already homosexual Kryptonian.
Because they don't actually have homosexual Kryptonians. The only reason they do is because of pink kryptonite.
From Supergirl Volume 4, number 79,
Indeed.
an alternate Earth 1 timeline in 2003, Supergirl storyline by Peter David. It affected Superman of this reality by giving him gay tendencies.
Who the hell wrote that?
One of the results of Superman giving flattering compliments to Jimmy Olsen about his wardrobe decorative sense. It spoofs the more innocent times of the Silver Age, and then Lois Lane is depicted in this story as not understanding what it's gotten into Superman.
Not understanding
Fantastic.
what has gotten into Superman.
So there was also
Just
Periwinkle Kryptonite, though, which is in Superman Family Adventures. Periwinkle Kryptonite makes Superman fabulous, calling him to dance with Lois, and imagine he sees disco balls and pink walls. Lois then lays a chunk of periwinkle kryptonite on Clark's desk, and the two dance, proving that Lois knows Clark's secret identity. So, Lois Lane finds out that Clark Kent is Superman by making him fabulous.
Fantastic. No, but Superman is basically one of the characters in this. You can portray him however you like.
Because
Yeah, but it has the Hulk. It has Green Lantern, or not necessarily a Green Lantern. It has Iron Man. They have Batman, the Flash, so on and so forth. Any superhero you can name, they have an XP of it, basically.
Wonder Twins.
Not yet. Unfortunately.
It's like Rule 34. If it exists, there's a remake of it in this game, and if there isn't, there's going to be.
Yeah.
Better be Wonder Twins. I refuse to touch this game until Wonder Twins are added.
Yeah. But you play as a team of superheroes fighting the supervillain in a random environment. The environments vary from the city to the Old West to the dinosaur era world.
Mars base.
Atlantis. The alternate bad future. A cell block on a prison planet. There's so many fun little things you can do with this game. It has, right now, 4 expansions. The most recent one, Vengeance, is coming out. It's out, but it's not available for public release until sometime later this month. And that adds a whole bunch of new characters. Ragnar, what else do you have to say about it?
It's very well done. Like, once you understand how to play, it's literally, there's not much else to it.
What?
Each character being so diverse, when you start playing with different characters, there's a completely different game every time you play it.
Yeah.
So, Kane, where can you find this game, and how much does it cost? Because I'm pretty sure we can't find it over at YuGiPrices.com, the number one place for Yu-Gi-Oh-related card prices.
This is a game by Greater Than Games. You can find it on their website. You could also
at
find
GreaterThanGames.com.
GreaterThanGames.com. You could also type in SentinelsOfTheMultiverse.com. It usually retails about, I think I got it for $40. I think you can find it at Cool Stuff for about $30-something, give or take. And that's for the base game. The expansions are about $20 each, but they each add like a whole new layer of villains, environments, or heroes. Vengeance is another one that is the one that's coming out. It adds a whole new gameplay mechanic with the new villain. It adds a couple new interesting heroes and some new interesting environments. Going past that, there is one coming out in the future that we just had announced because of Vengeance, which expands into space. So
Space. Nobody can hear you scream.
This game is really good. If you have a group of friends that you play games with regularly, this comes highly recommended by me and Ragnar. Yeah, guys, just go check it out. It's really, really fun.
That seems like an amazing game, actually.
It is.
Yeah, I think me and Ragnar are actually going to play it a little bit after we get done with this because it's just so much fun. I'm trying to find like a version we can play together for YuGiCast After Dark one night, but not sure if I can yet.
There was I know there's the app for calculating stuff. Is there not also an app for just the game in general?
They're working on the game app right now. I'm not sure when it's going to release, but the only problem with this game is there is a lot of bookkeeping to be done.
Yes.
There's so much bookkeeping. I highly recommend getting the app with it because it just makes the bookkeeping that much easier. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game. Right now, I've got the entire box full up. It weighs about 10 pounds.
Shit.
That's with
a
all.
lot.
That's with the first 3 expansions, the 6 mini expansions that come from the store online, and just like, oh my god, this thing is heavy. Ragnar can attest to that.
Yes, I could easily knock Kane out with it if I felt like.
Yeah, it's really, really fun, though. I mean, if you also want to check it out, I recommend going and looking for it on YouTube. Check out the Dice Tower review of it. There's some gameplay of it from, I think, Board Game Geek. It's one of my favorite games right now, and I will continue to play it in the future. So I think that ends my Board Games with Kane segment.
So seeing how, as we've been going on for a while, I think we should kind of draw this to a close. Before we do, I kind of want to throw in one more not safe for work fact. So, if you were to tell someone to suck a mile of dicks, they would need to suck 13,339 dicks, assuming that the average dick is 4.75 inches. So that would mean that if they were to suck an average-sized dick every day, it would take them about 36 and a half years to do so.
Thank you.
So, before we go, though, you should go check out YuGiCast.com, the number one place for Yu-Gi-Oh-related card prices online. I personally use their service every day, just keeping in touch with rising and falling card prices, knowing what I should pick up, or just if I should hold on to any cards.
What you should get rid of,
what I should get rid of especially.
Do you want to go over some stuff that is losing its price right now?
Before we do that, another thing of note is that it also has all of the card effects on there. It is slightly more reliable to go check out that for card text instead of the wiki, because it's just generally faster to use that.
Yes.
Also, due to the fact that it averages all the prices, it's really good for just finding out how you should price your cards personally. Because, it finds a great way for you to literally average everything without having to go by Troll and Toad prices, where it could be bumped up, or eBay lowest bin, where it could just be a couple jackasses throwing really lowball prices and screwing everything up. And then, so a couple of examples of cards that are falling. We have Rainbow Karibo, which has dropped 31% lately, down to 1049. We have Cataster, the dual terminal rare, dropped down to about $5. We have Jennifer, or Gwenifer, Queen of the Noble Arms, dropped down to about $13.50. Fossil Dyna Secret Rares have dropped down to about $12.75, or about 23%. Those are all some cards that are dropping. Lone Fire Blossom is dropping for the rare because of the Astro Pack reprint. Interesting note, Upstart Goblin, the ultra rare, is dropping a lot due to a lot of people thinking it's gonna get hit on the ban list due to so many people using it.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, stuff that's rising. Evil Sworn Solda is up to $7.50.
Evil Czar Solda.
It's gone up 286% due to, I'm not sure if it is in Primal Origins, but there is a trap card being released.
It is Primal Origins.
It's in Primal Origins, so you'll be seeing it soon, is a trap card that allows them to go into really easy Xyz plays just by summoning stuff from their graveyard. We have Chimeratech Fortress Dragon going up due to the Cyber Dragon deck being a thing again.
Also Power Bond's going up.
Also Power Bond and Cyber End Dragon due to those things. We have Bujente Kagasuchi going up because of Fire Fist and Bujins both being relatively high tier now. He's gone up to about $6. Then we have Card D, the secret rare, gone up to $22 at the low end. It's gone up 59%. Other than that, we have things like
Test Tiger,
Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, Naturia Beast, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. All of those cards are going up. So if you have them, now would be probably a really good time to sell them because
Here's a random
Fury of
one.
Beast never seems to go below $10, and with it rising, it's really good.
Here's a random one. Gate Guardian is up to $8, a secret rare from Metal Raiders. So, if you need some $8 bills, there's your ticket.
As well as ultra rare from Dark Revelation Volume 2 DMOC. $15 now. Crazy prices. But also, before we go, seeing as you've probably already checked at YuGiPrices.com, we don't know why you ever left in the first place. It's just that amazing. You can go download their app, which is really helpful.
Yes, I have it right here while I'm talking.
You're here, most likely, at the YuGiCast TV, unless you somehow found a way to, download it and go and just, listen to it on your iPod. Perfectly fine. It's cool. That's youtube.com/YuGiCast TV. You're here. Obviously, subscribe while you're here, because we're throwing out regular content a lot more now. You can go check us out over at facebook.com/TheYuGiCast. We're going to be posting a lot more Central Hub stuff over there from now on, as opposed to having Twitch be our main place. Just to let you know when we're streaming and stuff like that.
Speaking of which, Twitch TV/YuGiCast.
Indeed, Twitch TV/YuGiCast. We stream scheduled every Tuesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. EST.
Plus
with more
Sundays
shows
now.
incoming.
Yeah, with more shows incoming. Also, there's the occasional impromptu show of things like Pokemon and other random games.
Yes.
And we also have over at twitter.com/YuGiCast. You can follow us there for quite a few updates, just generally what we're doing, announcing some streams. It's just a good general place to follow because it's a nice, easy way to get a hold of us.
You can find most of us also on reddit.com.
Yeah.
In the Yu-Gi-Oh subreddit.
Also, if you feel like being awesome, you can go to the r/YuGiCast subreddit, where it's kind of dying, but we're trying to give it a nice resurgence, bring it back from the ashes. Just go, can't remember the name of the card right now that completely throws up the reference, but it's Garunix. You just go Garunix with it. Screw it. Couldn't remember the first part, High Fire King Avatar Giant Chicken shit.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
After checking all those, so we've got myself, Dreams, Kane,
me here, still being the champ.
Ragnar,
Here, still accepting invitations for people to want to enjoy my Gishki cult. We have cookies every now and then when they're fresh, made with the failed sacrifices, but that's irrelevant. Passing on.
Enemy Drag.
Still sitting in my corner, waiting till May in Prio.
All right,
the most
guys.
important thing to know is that in a few hours, the sun will rise.
Fuck you.
That's the stupidest statement ever.
But it's the most truthful.
That's like saying that during
Ash,
the
you can
day,
come
in
back.
a few hours, the sun will fall.
Wrong, because in ESC the sun has fallen already, bitch.
Ash is going to end it on the fuck you. Fantastic.
Yes.
All right,
please,
then.
Fuck you, that's perfect. And in a few hours, the sun will rise. Fuck you. Yeah, so now you have to go through all of them and just put, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Seems like a lot of unnecessary work.
Actually, no, because honestly, in this episode, we should leave it normal. And we can have one special episode where it's censored and it's all still just yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it'll take away from half the not safe for work facts. You'll just censor the word dick. Just the average is 6 inches.
4 3/4 though.
4 3/4 is apparently the average. I don't know. The original statement was 6 inches, but I had to remath it based on people saying, "Oh, no, the average is 4 3/4." I'm googling this now.
Average dick
Googling
length.
hell.
I believe it's something like 5.1 or 5.2.
That would make much more sense to me.
Yeah. The average penis length is 5.1 to 5.9 inches in length when
There we
erect.
go.
For all,
When erect is the key word there.
right.
Yeah, when erect.
But for all races, or in particular, European male descendants, or African American descendants, or Asian descendants.
Somalia has the biggest penises, sir.
Okay.
Somalia is also black.
Samoa, sorry.
Oh, Samoan?
Yes, they have the largest penis length thing apparently. Their average penis length is, let's see.
There's a rock joke in there somewhere.
I'm trying to find it because I remember for a fact that for ages it says Samoa. I have to find Samoa though on you. So let's see. I'll read through the
Samoan
list.
dicks.
Australia averages 5.2 inches. Belgium is 6.4. Brazil is 6.2. Canada is 5.5. Chile is 5.7. China is 4.3. Colombia is 6.7. Congo is 7.1. Czech Republic is 6.3. Denmark is 6. Ecuador is 6.9. Ecuador rolling in it. Egypt is 6.2. Ethiopia is 5.3. France is 6.3. Germany is 5.7. Ghana is 6.7. Greece 5.8. Just gonna skip the important stuff. Japan is 4.3. Mexico is 6.2. Romania is 4.9. Russia is 5.2. South Africa is 6. South Korea is 3.8. I feel bad for South Korea.
Is South Korea the smallest?
Wait. Do they have information from North Korea? Because I'm betting it's like
No,
10,
they
20
don't.
inches.
They don't. UK is 5.5. US is 5.1.
Why do they go around doing all these studies?
Because people care.
It's also probably why they have a
I
research
just want
what
the
nation
adults
has the
in the room to
largest
sit
boobs.
back. I want the adults in the
North
room to sit
Korea
back.
have
Think
North
about
Korea, people. They have North Korea. It is 3.8.
so, no. But I want the adults to lean back in
Guys,
your chair, and
yeah.
think about the fact that this is what your tax dollars are going to.
See, the fact, though, we all know that girls also compare the size of their boobs. So, just saying it happens.
Just saying, B-Cup's the best.
Ash, when's the last time you compared your boobs to someone else's?
It's happened, though. It's happened. See?
See?
Boobs are great.
See? But men don't have boobs to the same degree that women have, so we have to compare to something else.
Just whip your dick out.
Zip.
Guys, it's fine. Whip your dick out.
Okay, hey, Kane, do you want to come over to my room so we can play Sentinels?
I thought you were going to come out to the garage and play Sentinels with me.
No, because I'd much rather play inside instead of the garage.
With the pineapple.